Ever wondered how to make delicious vegan desserts at home? Well, you're in for a treat. Today we're exploring the delightful world of vegan desserts, where indulgence meets compassion. Veganism isn't about missing out on your favorites. It's about discovering new ways to love food that loves you back. And when it comes to desserts, trust me, the vegan world has a lot to offer. We'll be unveiling the secrets behind 4 mouth-watering recipes that are sure to satisfy your sweet tooth. The fudgy vegan chocolate brownies, the tangy yet creamy vegan blueberry cheesecake, the comforting vegan banana bread, and the tropical vegan coconut ice cream. Each of these desserts are not just healthy, but they're also a testament to the fact that deliciousness isn't exclusive to dairy or eggs. Ready to dive into the world of vegan desserts? Get your apron ready. Scene script. First up, we have the all-time favorite chocolate brownies, but with a vegan twist. Every kitchen magician knows the secret to fantastic brownies lies in the quality of chocolate used. For our vegan version, we'll be using high-quality dark chocolate. Make sure it's at least 70% cocoa, as this ensures a rich, deep flavor. Along with that, we need some unrefined coconut oil, which will give a subtle, tropical hint to our brownies. Next, we have raw cane sugar, which will sweeten our brownies without any artificial additives. Remember, we're keeping things natural and vegan here. Then, we have a combination of whole wheat flour and almond flour. This duo will give our brownies a wonderful texture and a slight nutty flavor. Our leavening agents are baking powder and baking soda, which will help our brownies rise and become a bit fluffy. For our binding agent and egg substitute, we're using flax seeds soaked in water, also known as flax eggs, cocoa powder for an extra chocolate kick, a pinch of sea salt to enhance all the flavors, and finally, some vanilla extract for that classic sweet aroma. Now, let's get to the fun part, mixing and baking. First, we melt our dark chocolate and coconut oil together. In a separate bowl, we mix the sugar, flax eggs, and vanilla extract. Then we combine the two mixtures. Next, we sift in our flours, cocoa powder, and baking soda. We stir this until it's just combined. Remember, we don't want to overmix. Then we fold in our chocolate chips. Our batter is ready to be spread into a baking tin and popped into a preheated oven. Baking our vegan brownies at a moderate temperature will ensure they cook evenly. The result? Perfectly baked brownies with a crisp exterior and a soft, gooey interior. And there you have it, mouth-watering vegan chocolate brownies that are sure to satisfy your sweet tooth. From the rich dark chocolate to the subtle hint of coconut and the crunch of the crust, every bite will be a delightful surprise. Enjoy these guilt-free treats anytime you crave something sweet and satisfying. Scene script. Next, we have a delicious and refreshing vegan blueberry cheesecake. To start, let's gather our ingredients. We'll need 2 cups of raw cashews soaked overnight, 1 cup of fresh blueberries, a half a cup of coconut oil, half a cup of maple syrup, the juice of 1 large lemon, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, and a pinch of sea salt. For the crust, you'll need 1 cup of medjool dates and 1 cup of raw almonds. Now, let's get baking. First, we'll prepare the crust. Into a food processor, toss in the almonds and dates. Blend until it forms a dough-like consistency. Press this mixture into the bottom of a spring-form pan and set aside. Next, we'll move on to the creamy filling. Rhinely drain your soaked cashews and pop them into a blender. Add in the coconut oil, maple syrup, lemon juice, vanilla extract, and sea salt. Blend until you get a smooth and creamy texture. Pour half of this mixture over the crust and spread it evenly. Pop it in the freezer to set for about 30 minutes. While that's chilling, add the blueberries to the remaining cashew mixture in the blender. Blend until smooth and vibrant. Once the first layer of your cheesecake is set, pour this blueberry layer on top and smooth it out. Back into the freezer, it goes for at least 4 hours, but ideally overnight. When you're ready to serve, remove the cheesecake from the freezer and let it thaw for about 10 minutes. Top it off with some fresh blueberries for an added burst of flavor and color. The result? A rich, creamy, and fruity vegan blueberry cheesecake that's not only delicious but also packed with nutrients. It's a dessert that's as good for your body as it is for your taste buds. And remember, it's all about using fresh ingredients and taking your time to create something truly special. Patience is key when it comes to making the perfect vegan cheesecake. Voila, a creamy and fruity vegan blueberry cheesecake that's perfect for any occasion. Now, let's move on to a classic comfort food, vegan banana bread. This delight is a perfect way to use up those overripe bananas sitting on your counter. They're the secret ingredient that adds a natural sweetness, making this bread a guilt-free indulgence. Isn't it wonderful when nature does the heavy lifting for us? Here's what you'll need. 3 ripe bananas, 1/3 of a cup of melted coconut oil, half a cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, 1½ cups of whole wheat flour, and half a cup of chopped walnuts or pecans, if you're a fan of that delightful crunch. The first step is to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. While it's warming up, mash your ripe bananas in a large bowl. You're aiming for a lumpy puree. The lumps will melt into sweet pockets of banana in the bread. Next, stir in the melted coconut oil, brown sugar, and vanilla extract. Once everything's well combined, sprinkle the baking powder and salt over the mixture, then gradually stir in the flour. Remember, be gentle. Overmixing could lead to a denser bread. Now, if you're using nuts, it's time to fold them into the batter. Once that's done, pour your batter into a greased loaf pan, slide it into your preheated oven, and let it bake for about an hour. You'll know it's done when a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. The waiting is the hardest part, isn't it? The smell of baking banana bread will fill your kitchen, making it almost impossible to resist the temptation to peek. But hold on, patience is key here. When it's done, let it cool in the pan for a few minutes before transferring it to a wire rack to cool completely. Or if you're like me, slice a piece while it's still warm and enjoy the comforting, sweet flavors of your vegan banana bread. And there you go, a warm and comforting vegan banana bread that's perfect for breakfast or a midday snack. Finally, we have a cool treat for hot summer days, vegan coconut ice cream. This is a dessert that's as creamy and decadent as its dairy counterpart, yet it's completely vegan and incredibly easy to make. To start, we'll need some key ingredients. First up, we have 2 cans of full-fat coconut milk. This is the secret to our ice cream's irresistible creaminess. The full-fat variety ensures a smooth and velvety texture, so don't try to cut corners with a light version. Next, we need a cup of granulated sugar for that sweet touch, and a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract to add depth to our flavor profile. Now, let's move on to the process. First, we'll need to combine our coconut milk, sugar, and vanilla extract in a saucepan. We'll heat this mixture over medium heat, stirring frequently until the sugar is completely dissolved. Once that's done, we'll remove our mixture from the heat and let it cool to room temperature. While our mixture is cooling, it's a great opportunity to talk about the freezing process. Once cooled, pour the mixture into an ice cream maker and churn according to the manufacturer's instructions. If you don't have an ice cream maker, don't worry. You can pour the mixture into a shallow dish and freeze it. Every hour for about 5 hours, stir the mixture with a fork to break up the ice crystals and create a smooth consistency. After the churning or stirring process, transfer the ice cream to an airtight container and freeze it for at least 4 hours, or until it's firm enough to scoop. And there you have it. This vegan coconut ice cream is not only a refreshing treat to beat the summer heat, but it's also a delightful dessert that you can enjoy all year round. With its creamy texture and sweet coconut flavor, it's sure to be a hit with both vegans and non-vegans alike. And that's it, a creamy and refreshing vegan coconut ice cream to beat the heat. So, who said vegan desserts can't be delicious? Let's take a quick stroll down memory lane, shall we? We kicked off with the rich and fudgy vegan chocolate brownies, a true crowd pleaser. We then took a detour to indulge in the creamy vegan blueberry cheesecake, a symphony of sweet and tart flavors. Our journey continued with the moist and hearty vegan banana bread, simple yet satisfying. And last but not least, we cooled down with the refreshing vegan coconut ice cream, a tropical delight. Each of these recipes showcases the power of using fresh, high-quality ingredients. It's all about harnessing their natural flavors to create a dessert that doesn't just taste good, but also nourishes your body. And remember, these recipes are just a starting point. Feel free to get creative, mix things up, experiment with your own combinations. The world of vegan desserts is vast and full of potential. Remember, veganism is not about deprivation. It's about discovering new flavors and textures. So get in the kitchen and start cooking these delicious vegan desserts.